I don't think I've ever done a live this early before. I think this is the first. I think this is the first. I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think this is the earliest that I've ever went live. But I needed to go ahead and get this review out of the way because last night I said I was going live last night, but then child, it just didn't happen. And then I woke up and baby, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I said, oh, okay. So yeah, it didn't happen last night clearly, but we down here. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. How is everybody doing this morning? It sounds so weird to say that. It sounds so weird to say, how's everybody doing this morning? I hope everybody's doing wonderful. Okay. Baby, I did say give me 30 minutes. I did. I did. And then girl, it just didn't happen. It just did not happen. Okay. Let me just do a quick look over these notes and then I'm gonna go ahead and get we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay. Girl, y'all know I'm really not morning. I'm not morning fish. Okay. But today we're gonna do things a little differently. At first I was like, I should just wait to go live tonight. And I was like, no, I need to get it over with because I still need to watch Married to Medicine. And then I also want to do like a hot topics video because there's still some topics that I wanted to talk about that I saw happen a couple of days ago. Uh-huh. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. So we down here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. And I have a lot to say, okay? Hopefully I don't get too, I'm a little long-winded. So hopefully this is not a long-winded, productions, but you know. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and talk about Monique. Thank you. I might not make it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's go ahead and talk about Monique. Monique plays audio of a conversation that we're not privy to. I honestly felt like it was dumb on production, editing to even add that part into the reunion because we couldn't even hear what was being said. So, what was the point? What's up, Mimi? What was the point of you playing a clip that we can't hear? And I'm gonna go ahead and say something, and I'm not gonna take it back. I can't trust Wendy, Giselle, Tia, Kay, Angel, even Andy. I can't trust their response. Thank you, the receptionist. Thank you so much. I'm working, but I'm here, cousin. Come on for working. I can't trust their response to the clip because I know that y'all will kind of put 20 on 10. Like, I'm gonna go back just a little bit, okay? Even when Jazzy came out and she made the comment about Kay allegedly being the side chick to Greg when he was married, and everybody was like, oh! Remember everybody's response was, oh my God. Girl, like, and my response would have been like, Jazzy, girl, they say you was a side chick. That's why it's like I really can't believe or I can't trust their responses to the mess because I know that y'all will, not y'all, I'm talking about them. I know that they will make it bigger than what it is. So when it came to Monique playing The audio, I couldn't trust their response to the audio because I know that y'all are dramatic as hell. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like if you are not going to let the viewers know what is being said with this audio, then just leave it out of the reunion. Because at this point, it's pointless. So, supposedly, from what we've learned, and I really didn't want to mention this, but I'm going to go ahead and mention a tad bit about it. Supposedly, the audio that Monique played was of her child, son or daughter, one of her children, basically, I guess, asking her, who is Stacy? So I guess, what's up, Rachel? So I guess that was Monique's way of trying to say that Stacy had something to do with Chris finding out or thinking that Monique was filming with the children, because we know that on at least Housewives, I think that they have to have permission from both parents. We remember Kenya going through something similar with Brooklyn when Mark didn't want Brooklyn to appear on the show, as if we didn't know who the fuck Brooklyn was. Okay. And then Kenya came back and they had to blur out Brooklyn's face because Mark was basically just being an asshole. So I'm assuming that's what's happening with Monique. Chris is just making it hard on Monique not to film with her kids, which I think is just fucking stupid, as if we ain't seen these fucking kids before. Like, it's stuff like that that does make me look at Chris like you just want to make the girl life harder than what it needs to be. Because why are you acting like we ain't seen your goddamn mama? You are them goddamn children. Like, you acting like, girl, we ain't never, y'all, you acting like Kerry Washington. Like we ain't never seen Kerry Washington children. Girl. Like, it's stuff like that why I be like, girl, Chris. But this is why we have to tug on Monique's faux locks. This is what I don't understand about Monique. If you know that you are going through something with your baby daddy, if you know that the road to co-parenting has not been easy, if you know that this is the type of man who, from what I understand, used to knock Monique's head between a washer and a dryer, then why would you bring your ass back to a show with women from the last time you were around them? Most of them you could not stand. And now the new ones you don't know, like the video cousins, because this is a rare Monday key, okay? A midday key, okay? Thank you, your fine ass auntie. You don't even know these people. You come back running your mouth, and then it gets back to Chris that you were running your mouth. And I remember saying in my review, I don't know how Chris gonna feel about this, but when he hear about it, he probably not gonna, he probably not gonna like it. Because even though Monique just wasn't dragging Chris, it wasn't like she was saying positive things about Chris. And I'm not saying she has to. But I'm just saying I knew that the stuff that she was saying, if he heard about it, it wouldn't come across. He's not gonna take too kind to it. The thing that really bothers me with Monique is you left this show and you left this show reading the woman who you could not stand, which was Giselle. And it was due to what we have found out, Giselle wanting to bring on a rumor about the paternity of your son. you come back to this show and this information that you're talking to the group about or telling the group, it somehow starts to get back to your ex-husband. And based off of your interaction with the HBIC, which was Giselle at the moment, you don't look at Giselle like, bitch, did you have something to do with this? Because quiet as it's kept, we know you don't watch the show. We know you don't watch the show since you left. Okay? And Giselle ain't changed. So instead of you looking at Giselle like she could possibly have something to do with it, you want to pinpoint it all on Stacey. I understand that this show is about conflict resolution. I get that these girls are put in these weird ass scenarios where they're supposed to argue, fuss, fight, get their ass whooped, and then they're supposed to be able to move on the next season, right? We know that's not real life, but that's what they get paid to do. So I get that at some point, Monique is gonna have to let whatever between her and Giselle go because we can't keep dragging this out years on down the line. So I get it. But at what point do you put your thinking cap on and you say, why would Stacey go back and tell Chris what was said at the table? Who, even if Giselle did not do it, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying Giselle did it, but you would think that based off of the last interaction that you had with this group, who would you look at first? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Who would you look at first? Based off of my last interaction with this group, I come back into the group and it's still some bullshit. My spidey senses is not gonna say it's Stacey. I might not say nothing. I might not say Giselle, bitch, did you go say something to Chris? But I'm definitely gonna look at Giselle like, did this bitch have something to do with this? Because girl, you ain't changed. And the last time we was with in front of each other, girl, I was dragging you for filth because of the shit you tried to pull. So why would I think that you still not trying to pull the same shit? Because quiet as it's kept since season 5, you done got worse. Because I done seen you accuse people of sexual assault. I've seen you say that, girl, people's husbands were sneaky links and tried to see if you were with it. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Monique just comes across as less than smart. And I have said this, and I am not going to change my mind. Y'all can think what y'all want to think about who wants to cozy up to Giselle. I really believe at the top of the list, it is Monique Samuels who really wants to be Giselle's sidekick. I really do. I really do. I really believe that out of everybody on the show, the one who really wants to be under Giselle is that goddamn Monique Samuels. And I would never change my mind on that. Look at the way that girl moves. Now, this is the part that really got me. Kay, come to the front of the class, baby. See, this is what happens when the girls start talking too much. They start telling on themselves. Kay, come to the front of the class. This is what Kay said. She starts out by saying that when she met Monique, Monique was being super vulnerable. She said when she met Monique that day, Monique was being super vulnerable, right? Opening up to them, telling them her business. This is what Kay said. Y'all listening? When I met you, you were super vulnerable. Okay, ... Literally, this is what she said, word for word. Literally, on that same day, when I get in the car, I leave there, I talked to Cookie. She was so upset about the situation. And she said, if this doesn't get squared away, he's going to send her a cease and desist. You did that, Stacy. Let me repeat what Kay said. Let me repeat what Kay said. She said that the day that she met Monique, Monique was super vulnerable. And then Kay said, literally on that same day, when I get in the car, I leave there, I talk to Cookie. She was so upset about the situation, and she said if this doesn't get squared away, he's going to send her a cease and desist. You did that, Stacy. Kay, Ashley, and Giselle have all been messengers. This is just my opinion. Kay, Ashley, and Giselle have all been messengers. I think they all had their hand in the cookie jar. And I believe that they were telling Cookie things, and Cookie was going back and telling Chris. So they could technically say, I ain't told Chris nothing. So they could say, I ain't told Chris nothing. Yeah, you probably didn't tell Chris, but you made sure it got back to Chris by way of Cookie. Monique has come out since the reunion. We'll probably talk about this in another video because I don't want to keep talking about Monique. Monique comes out after the reunion saying that she found out Stacey ain't got nothing to do with it. Girl, it don't take a rocket scientist to know in that moment that Stacey didn't have nothing to do with it. You came back onto this show wanting to get on the who we going after train, and instead of you coming back to this show just trying to get along with the girls, you hopped on the train that Giselle and all the other girls had already set, which was we gonna drag Stacey. And you hopped on the train, and now you looking stupid. Because the fact of the matter is, why the fuck would Stacey need to go back and tell Chris anything about what you said? Yes, we don't know these people. But girl, it was clear as day that Stacey ain't had nothing to do with it. You were trying to find an issue with Stacey because the storyline about Stacey dealing with Chris, that was a flop, right? Because the fact of the matter is, you don't know Stacey, Stacey don't know you. So if Stacey happened to fuck Chris after you divorced Chris, that ain't got nothing to do with you. So Monique was grasping at straws, trying to find something that could stick with Stacey because that's who we're going after this season. I just thought Monique looked foolish. Monique looked foolish, and now you're coming out to the internet telling everybody, "Oh yeah, it wasn't Stacey." Girl, duh. Girl, duh. Hell, who didn't know that? And I'm going to go ahead and say something. It makes me look at Monique sideways. That girl, you went through all of this recording your children to try to have a moment with Stacey. I think that's some nasty work. Monique's looks stupid because of that triangle mess she was wearing. Monique has not been genuine since day one, always looking for a moment and failed. Okay. I think Monique looks real gutter snipe. That you really recorded you really had a conversation with your child, recorded the conversation with your child to present whatever you tried to present at the reunion, and it flopped. Like, girl, you really did all of this to try to paint the picture that Stacey did what? Like, Monique, you really sat down with your child and recorded a conversation with your child for what? Girl, you really sat down with your child and recorded a conversation that you had with your child to bring the audio to the reunion, and you know you dealing with a nigga who already don't even want you putting the children on the show. That don't even make sense to me. You know that you dealing with this stupid ass nigga, Chris, who don't even want you bringing the kids on the show, but you gonna record your child and then play the audio at the goddamn show. Like, that don't even make. That's why I be like, girl, y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all about Monique. Girl, I've been trying to tell y'all about Monique, and y'all don't want to listen. Anyways, girl, let's move on. That's y'all, girl. It's not about liking or dislike Monique, because I ain't got no issue with Monique, but I always thought Monique wasn't the girl that the people tried to hype Monique up to be. Monique has always been one of those girls who she was just there for me. She just there. All right, let's get into Angel. So, we moving on. Monique bought nothing but projection and phoniness this season. The only way I would want her back is if Candy Pants returns. I know that's right. Girl, let's get the party juking, baby. So Angel, here we go. Angel in the hosting trip. Kay says she thinks Giselle was overstepping. And there have been mishaps on trips before. And then Giselle says, name one. And then Kay says, well, I had mold in my room and I had to move in the middle of the night. Girl, I'm mostly Team Angel with this trip. I am. Sorry. I'm mostly Team Angel with this trip. I am. And then Giselle says that no water trumps that. Let me just tell y'all something. That's some bullshit. Ain't nobody gonna get me to believe that you not having running water trumps you breathing in mold. People can die. People can die. People can die. People can die from breathing in mold. You ain't never died. You ain't never heard nobody die from not being able to wash their pussy for a few hours. Can we be clear? Can we be clear? Can we just put it out on the table this morning? People can die from breathing in mold. You're not gonna die because you ain't washed between your legs for a few hours. So absolutely not. Not having water does not trump breathing in mold, bitch. And if you happen to die from not washing your cat, baby, it was other situations already going on between your legs of the reason why you went to glory for not being able to wash your cat for a few hours. Can we just talk about it? Can we just talk about it? Can we just talk about it? Can we talk about it? Are we gonna put it out on the table this morning? This is the morning mess that y'all wanted. The way that some of y'all try to act like these girls were not in Denver, Colorado, or on the outskirts of Denver, Colorado, a metropolitan city, girl. The way that people were acting as if Angel dropped these ladies off in the middle of the woods, 10 hours from an airport, no hotels, no cell phone service. Girl, y'all were in Denver, Colorado. I remember a time when Robin and Giselle left and went and got a hotel room. Hello? Do we need to go backwards? Do y'all remember a time when Robin and Giselle left? Y'all don't remember Robin and Giselle leaving and going to stand at the Marriott? Am I making this up? Y'all let me know. I don't want to be down here lying on nobody. So, if you want to be a grown-ass woman, a grown-ass man, and stay in a house with no running water, you are the goddamn fool. While yes, Angel is the host of the trip. Oh my God, right now I'm at work. Don't make me scream. I'm just saying. While Angel is the host of the trip, that's not Angel's house. The same way whoever hosted the trip, when Kay was staying in a room that had mold in it, I can't do nothing about that, about this place having mold. We can try to find you another room, but that does not fall on me. That's not Angel's home. That's not my hotel. I understand that we don't have water, but it's only so much I can do. And if y'all are going to be grown ass 50-year-old women staying in a house overnight and you know you don't have no running water, I'm looking at you like you a fucking dummy. Because why the fuck are you staying at a house when you have access to hotels around you? Bitch, I would have been gone that same day. It wouldn't have been no next day waking up fussing and cussing. The same way you and Robin went and got a hotel is the same way y'all could have did it the other day. Y'all just wanted to fuss and cuss and fuss and cuss and make it bigger than what it is. Y'all are supposed to be the girls of the girls of the girls of the girls of the girls. Y'all supposed to be the rich girls. Y'all supposed to be the housewives. You mean to tell me y'all couldn't go find another goddamn hotel? Because I'm gonna be straight up with you. As soon as Angel would have even told me I was sharing a room and sleeping my big ass in a twin size bed, my cell phone would have been in my hand and I would have been on Priceline looking for me a hotel. Because I don't have to sit here and fuss. I don't have to sit here and cuss nobody out. Because you know why? We supposed to be the rich girls. And I ain't got no problem finding me no hotel room. So yes, I understand that Angel is the host of the trip, and Angel could have done better with her hosting. I'm not taking that away from Angel. Angel could have done better with her hosting. But at some point, I'm looking at y'all like y'all crazy. Y'all grown ass women walking around here with stinking coochies. Y'all grown ass women walking around here not being able to wash your hands. Y'all grown ass women walking around here with no running water. You are the fucking fool for even staying in that condition. You should have been gone. That's all I'm saying. You're stupid. Yes, all of them are stupid. Ain't no way I would have stayed in that house without no running water. And no AC? Bitch, let me tell y'all something. Right now, at this very minute, bitch, my AC is broken. I got a box fan in my goddamn bedroom. Okay? Bitch, I got a box fan. Girl, my AC unit gave out. What's up, diva? Okay, girl, it's morning time. Girl, I got a box fan. I got a box fan in my bedroom literally right now. But this is my apartment. Girl, my AC, girl, yeah, girl, my AC broke on Friday night, girl. I thought it was. I didn't think it was broken, child. Yes, girl. My AC is broken, girl. And I ain't been too hot. And I ain't been too hot. You know, it ain't really been that hot outside, so I've been okay. So it's really not that bad. And that box fan, it actually does kind of help a little bit. It's just loud as hell. But yeah, girl, we'll talk about that in another video, girl. Yeah, my AC broke, girl. Anyways, but yeah, all I'm saying is Angel. Okay, let's move on. Angel says that she's very sorry everyone had to go through that. And then Giselle says, but that's what we didn't get. You just said you were sorry for what we went through. We didn't get that at the time. That's a motherfucking lie. Angel tried to, when they were on that private jet, Angel tried to apologize multiple times and they all shut Angel down. So it is not true that you didn't get it. She tried to give it to y'all. But at that point, y'all didn't want to hear nothing Angel had to say. So if Angel is trying to apologize, but all y'all are telling her to shut up and y'all telling Kay to shut up, don't say nothing, then what do y'all want from Angel? Because at one point, I would have told y'all, fuck y'all and y'all can suck my motherfucking pussy. That's how I would have been talking to him. Because I know y'all ain't got no water and I know that Airbnb is raggedy, but at some point, if I'm trying to apologize for what's going on, yes, I understand I dropped the ball, but y'all not going to talk to me no any kind of way either. Because I've been told all y'all, fuck y'all. Just like that. And that's what Angel, that kumbaya, my Lord, shit gonna have to go. I would have ran around that goddamn plane and said, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I've been trying to apologize to y'all for the last 30 minutes and y'all don't want to hear it. As far as I'm concerned, you ain't gotta wash your ass all goddamn weekend. And I would have went back to my $1 million house. Hello? Just like that. Anyways, so girl, let's move on. I put Angel could have had better hosting skills. Angel could have had better hosting skills. Okay. Baby Karen. Baby. Baby. Karen is in charge of the girls. Karen is in charge of the girls. Karen is the HBIC. The way Karen came out there checking them girls, and them girls were smiling from ear to ear and didn't give really Karen no pushback outside of Wendy giving a look just 1-2. I said, baby, please. Baby, the way Karen sat there right beside Stacy and checked Stacy, and Stacy ain't say shit, but I want to prove myself to you. Baby, out of everybody, if y'all gonna ask me, y'all ain't ask me, I'm gonna tell y'all, baby, she checked the dog fuck out of Stacy. Told that lady right to her face, you be lying. Don't lie to me, because I live in Potomac. And I know. And then Stacy said, okay. And then she said, okay. I said, baby, when I tell you, bitch, the way I looked at my TV screen, I said, baby, Karen, baby, the way that Miss Stacy kissed the ring, Karen sat right there beside Stacy and said, are you still Karen, the bitch who just got out of jail, the one who been lying since season 1. Baby, you being a liar is the reason why you are in the situation that you are in, Miss Grand Dame. Karen, probably the biggest liar on stage, one of the biggest liars on stage. The reason why your ass was locked up is because you can't be honest with yourself. Had the nerve to come out and ask Stacy, are you still lying? Bitch, when I tell you Karen couldn't say a motherfucking thing to me. The first thing I would have told Karen is, girl, I think I smell vodka on your breath. Are you still lying? Are you still drinking? Oh, you don't see me right here? Are you still drunk? Girl, when she started looking down the row for Stacy, and Stacy was sitting right beside her, I would have asked her, "Oh, you don't see me? Oh, or have you been drinking?" Girl, Karen couldn't say a motherfucking thing to me. But I tell you, Karen couldn't say nothing to me. Girl, we would have been wearing that stage out. You not saying nothing to me. Okay? Baby, nothing. Okay? When I tell you Karen couldn't say nothing to me, anytime she says something, I'm saying something back. Okay? Anytime Karen will say something to me, I'm saying something back. Karen can't say nothing to me. But, like I said, Karen is in charge of the girls. The way they really just kind of like stood back for Karen, I said, oh my God. Karen is in charge of those girls. So Karen comes out and she says, have you ladies been behaving? No, have you been behaving? No, you have not. We know you haven't because we saw the video footage. Have we been behaving? Girl, have you? No, you haven't. Okay? Like, girl, Karen, Karen is, baby, okay, are you still lit? I'm lit. She says, if someone was sitting in my seat, girl, baby, when I tell you Karen ain't changed at all, girl, I'm starting to get hot. Hold up, y'all. Oh, shit. Girl, I'm starting to get hot. Girl, I ain't got no AC, bitch. Okay? Okay. Hold up. Okay. Karen says, if someone was sitting in my seat, then I would have been sitting on your lap, Andy. Karen pretty much said, girl, I know that I sit beside Andy, even though we have seen a reunion or two where Karen did not have first seat. But she came out basically saying, where's my seat? And if I wouldn't have had my seat, I would have been sitting in your lap, Andy. Is Karen letting the Grand Dame go? The title. She basically says, no, it's what the people want. I told y'all, girl, remember when Karen was on that bullshit at the reunion? Remember when she sent that video over? That Zoom call? They're dragging Karen online as they should. Okay? I saw people dragging Karen. That's why I'm kind of happy that Wendy really didn't do too much with Karen, because for me, multiple things can exist at the same time. Karen definitely is in charge of them, but Karen is still also the Lulu. And I'm glad that Wendy didn't really just like get in the gutter with Karen, because I know Wendy is in a position where if she does too much, the fans are already looking for a moment to kind of turn on Wendy. So it's kind of good. Like, I'll let Karen just blow her own shit up, basically. The girls were too scared to tell off the drunk truths by Thomas and Jefferson's concubine. Right. Come on, Lunchtime Live. Karen is in charge of the girls. Mia is the only one who would check her. I believe so, too. I believe that if Mia was there, girl, Mia would have Karen, girl, running around with her head spinning. Because we know Mia don't give a damn. Karen tried to act at the reunion when she sent that Zoom call over, slurring Karen couldn't tell me anything, okay? When she sent that Zoom call over, and she said that she was letting the Grand Dame title go, she just wants to be Karen. Do y'all remember Karen saying that? Do y'all remember? I know y'all remember, girl. Don't lie to my face now. Do y'all remember when Karen said in that Zoom call that she was letting the Grand Dame go and she was just going to be Karen? Do y'all remember that? Okay? Now it's, well, the people want the grind down. Girl, Karen ain't shit. um, and then that's when Karen starts going back and forth with Stacey. She said, "Did you lie again this season?" And then Stacey said, "What did I lie about?" She said, "The boyfriend last season. If you didn't have a boyfriend, whether you're dating Chris, is that true?" And then she said, "I can't take the lies." Bitch, this is what Karen is. This is literally what Karen is telling Stacey. Do y'all hear what the fuck I'm saying? Girl, I'm not making this shit up. This is what Karen told Stacey. "I can't take the lies. Please don't lie to me. I'm the only one who lives in Potomac, so I know." Stacey told her that she wanted to prove herself to her, and then Stacey said, "Okay," and Karen said, "Okay, good," and then turned her head. I said, "Bitch, what the fuck, bitch, bitch, bitch." I said, "Bitch, what the fuck just happened?" Karen said to that lady face, "I can't take the lies. Please don't lie to me. I'm the only one who lives in Potomac, so I know." And Stacey said, "Okay." And then Karen said, "Okay, good." And then turned her head back to Andy. I said, "Bitch, what in the fuck?" I said, "Oh, baby girl." I was saying last week, how many times have y'all heard me say that Karen is getting off scot-free? I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Y'all know I like Karen, but we got to tell the truth at the same time. I don't have no problem liking you and telling the truth. I have been saying that Karen is getting off scot-free. They are not, baby, this wouldn't have been happening in no motherfucking Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The way they were dragging Erica Jane for damn near 2 seasons. Hello? I would ask Miss, I would ask little Miss Slurry from Surrey, "Is your next candle fragrance tequila sunrise?" Okay? Karen, to me, gets off scot-free. Like the fact that Karen can really go to jail for a DUI, not even a DUI, girl. You have had 4 alcohol-related offenses, and then you come back and you talking about, "Are you still lying?" Girl, are you still drinking? Let me smell your breath. Do this. Do it. Let me smell it. I smell a little. I smell Fireball. Did you drink any Fireball today? Every time Karen says something to me, it will always come back to with Karen drinking. Girl, I'm sorry. We're going to hell. If Wendy comes back next season, I hope she drags Karen to liquor-filled hell. I don't think she will. Thank you, Miss. I don't think she will though. I don't think she's gonna go. I think she might do a little 1-2 with Karen, but I don't think it's gonna be too. It's not gonna be too. It's not gonna be too much. She's not gonna do too much. It might just be a little pushback. I think what Wendy gonna do is what Wendy gave at the reunion, where like, "Girl, I'm not gonna just sit here and let you just come after me. I'm gonna say something back, but I'm not gonna go in the gutter with you." Because Wendy, at this point, girl, she's in like a fucked up situation. We're not gonna act like the other girl's not gonna do it though. They let Karen get off scot free. I'm sorry, I have been saying that for a long time. Um, Karen says she's not an alcoholic. That's why Karen couldn't tell me nothing. I'm gonna keep saying it. Karen. Oh, what happened? Hold up. Oh, pronounce Kanisha, cousin. I gotta go into a meeting. The job gonna piss me off. Here's my quick synopsis. Ashley, Kay, and Jazz can go. Cameron pissed me off. She needs to shut the fuck up. Stacey is vindicated. Wendy showed a lot of grace. Thank you. I just saw that. Okay, thank you. The reason why I would be on Karen's ass every time Karen says something to me is because girl, you 60 and you still getting DUIs. Girl, shut up. Girl, you 60 and you still getting DUIs. You ain't learned your lesson. The next thing is Karen doesn't even want to call herself an alcoholic, whatever. You can't even be honest with yourself. You can't be mother hen to me. Hello? You can't give me no advice when you can't even be honest with yourself. It's one thing if we didn't know Karen's business. You see what I'm saying? It's one thing if we didn't know Karen's business, then Karen probably could sit on her throne and, look down on the girls. But girl, I know your business. And I know that you not only have one, not two, not three, but 4 alcohol-related offenses attached to your name, and then you want to come back acting as if, girl, you in charge of me and trying to give me some advice. Girl, you can't even be honest with yourself, so you can't tell me a motherfucking thing. That's all I'm saying about Karen. Karen can't give anybody advice because she can't even be honest about her own goddamn situation. So leave me alone. Didn't Sharice tell us season 2 Karen was a local drunk? Karen couldn't tell me anything. I've been saying people owe Sharice an apology a long time ago. Sharice been telling us for a long time about Karen and her drinking. But didn't nobody like Sharice, so didn't nobody want to listen to Sharice. Karen couldn't tell me nothing. Karen, how are you in jail? How are you in jail? Karen, 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 how are you in jail being in charge of the AA meetings, but you're not an alcoholic? I'm done talking about Karen. I put, why is Monique crying? Why is Monique crying? Monique starts crying. She says she's proud of Karen. Are you? For what? For what? I put, it's weird that Karen believes no one is talking to Wendy about her, but they're talking to Ashley. So basically, she says that the story that Ashley told about her hearing that Karen was day drinking, that was true. But no one is talking to Wendy about her. I know people don't want to believe this, but if we're going to be honest, Wendy is probably more connected and runs in more circles than any of the other girls. When you think about Wendy interviewing the press secretary of the White House, when you think about Wendy being a political commentator, Wendy is more connected and she's around more people due to her old jobs. Okay. So it's not too far-fetched that people would talk to Wendy. I have said this from the get-go. When Wendy joined season 5, I knew exactly who Wendy was. I remember when she became a housewife, I said, "Oh my God, that's the girl I be seeing in the political debates." I used to see Wendy from time to time on Fox News. Girl, some of the little stations debating. So I knew who I didn't know, I don't know her, but I knew her face. I was like, "Oh my God, I her. So I don't know why it's so hard for Karen to believe that people talk to Wendy. If they talk to fucking Ashley Darby, like, if they talk to Ashley Darby, why the fuck would they not be talking to Wendy? When Wendy knows more people and is probably more connected than Ashley. Wendy and Karen start going back and forth. Right. It's like people who are on the scene versus people who have real influence. That's all I'm saying. Karen don't want to believe that Wendy know nothing. Girl, I'm not saying... anyways, it is what it is. Okay. Karen says that Wendy betrayed her by believing Stacy. I put, girl, shut the fuck up. I like Karen, but Karen is the Lulu like a motherfucker. Do you hear me? Karen is... girl, I don't know if I like Karen or not. Girl, Karen is crazy. Karen, Wendy says you called my mother a witch. Now, did Karen call Wendy's mother a witch? No. But I felt like what Wendy should have said was, when we were having a conversation, you know how I feel about people even bringing up the conversation about my mother being a witch. And when you did that, I felt like it was a dig at my mother. I think that would have been different if Wendy worded it that way. But I got what Wendy, not to be biased, but I got what Wendy was trying to say about Karen calling her mother a witch, even though she didn't call her mother a witch, but she did it in a roundabout way. Like, when people were attacking your mother and calling her a witch, and if Wendy just would have said, girl, I felt a way about that because you know how I feel about people calling my mother a witch. And when you said that, I felt like that was you trying to still push the narrative that my mother is a witch. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So anyways, I got what Wendy was basically trying to say. And then Wendy says, you talked about me to Stacy. I don't understand how you trying to flip this. And when I tell you, this is why Karen, even though my mouth was on the floor, Karen really was... okay? Come on. What's up, Carlos? That's all I'm saying. A convicted DUI inmate who wrapped her car around a tree couldn't tell me days of the week. That's all I'm saying. Girl, Karen is in charge of the girls, but baby, she couldn't say a motherfucking thing to me. And the way that those girls ain't really challenging Karen is insane to me. That's why I will always have respect for the girls in Atlanta, because that shit wouldn't have been happening. Do you think Karen could have came out there and said some shit to Kenya Moore like that? Girl. Can we talk about it? Do y'all really think that Karen could have got out of jail and went over there and said anything to Portia, girl, Kenya, Nene? Like, girl, them girls would have been eating Karen up at that goddamn reunion. Do you really think that Karen could have got out of jail and came back the way she was talking to Kenya, girl, Portia, Nene like that, baby? They would have tore Karen up the whole reunion. It wouldn't have been none of that old girl. They would have been wearing Karen low. That's why I'm looking at them like, damn, like y'all really, like, girl, y'all really let Karen talk to y'all any kind of way. Like, that's why I say the bitch is in charge of the girls, because, girl, y'all don't give her no pushback. Y'all scared. That shit would have never happened in Atlanta, Georgia. Never. That would have never happened with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Karen would have never got away with that shit. They would have made that a 4-part reunion. I bet you. Karen would have never got away with that shit with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Never. Girl, you just got out of jail and you coming back, girl, with your nose in the air, talking to me crazy? Girl, please. Anyways, um, then she says, you talked about me to Wendy tells Karen, you talked about me to Stacy. I don't understand how you're trying to flip this. And then Karen says, you know what, I do want to say this. I particularly love when your mother told you to shut the fuck up this season.